the fact that the pool of labor, the natural resources, the markets that are increasingly becoming more vibrant, and so many other factors are making Africa in particular quite an attractive place to do business. And I hope you have time in Kenya during this visit would also extend to exploring some business opportunities for you to find out what more you can do from a business point of view in doing something within the region or within the continent of Africa in general. What I would like to say briefly about Kenya and about East Africa in particular, because you are here, is that really a lot is going on within this market. We are a region of about 150 million people covering 5 countries, and East African community is one of the 4 regional blocks. We have ECOWAS in the west, SADC in the southern, East Africa, and then I think the Northern Africa groups as well. Of course, there are others like COMESA that cuts across some of these blocks as well. But really, there are opportunities in each of these particular regions, and the continent is working very hard to see how these regional blocks can also be combined to create a continental free trade area. I was in Kigali over the weekend attending the Heads of States AU conference, where the continental free trade area was a topic of discussion and received a very, very unanimous approval that we must proceed in creating that region very quickly. We have, as Kenya, done a number of things to make sure that we become a very business-friendly environment, and the private sector in Kenya can actually attest to some of the things that the government have done. We have, I think, as a unique partnership between government and private sector, created what we call a presidential roundtable, where every 6 months, the head of state and his cabinet meets the private sector leaders to discuss issues that are of mutual interest, to unblock any potential problems that the private sector is facing, and really to input into some of the government's agenda as far as private sector and the economy is concerned. And that has done extremely well in terms of making sure that there are no surprises in what the government is doing in driving the economy of this country. And apart from the presidential roundtable, which happens every 6 months, there are ministerial roundtables effectively to deal with sector issues across the private sector. So a lot is going on. We have made some significant investments in reducing the overall cost of doing business within the country, be it in infrastructure, whether you talk about the port of Mombasa, a new port of Lamu that we are developing, the coast as well, improving the entire northern corridor from Mombasa, joining Uganda, Rwanda, and as far as the DRC Congo, the new railway that is coming online and functional within the next 9 months or so, that's joining Mombasa and Nairobi, and eventually to Uganda and Rwanda as well. So a lot is happening to improve the dynamics of the operational cost efficiencies that we have suffered from for a very long time. But secondly, we also improving the business environment, the softer side of things, where the bureaucracies and the processes of dealing and doing business in Kenya is beginning to change significantly. And last year, the World Bank Group rated Kenya as the 3rd most reformed economy in the world, a process that we're very proud of. We have done that jointly with the private sector through some very candid, tough love conversations that we've had in terms of making sure that we up our game to attract investments into our country.